And this one.
Okay, we're gonna get started with our work session. If I can have everybody's attention. So first thing on our work session tonight is award the bids for the park walking bridge and gravel bar. During Hurricane Hugo, actually now it's been 4 years ago now, but FEMA gave us money to fix a lot of our problems, and we're finally getting the walking bridge taken care of. It still ain't gonna happen until next year, but we did put bids out for it, and we only got really one bid back. Everybody get a chance to look at the bid? All right. It would be from Sullivan Paving and Construction. The bid came in at $405,150. So we got more than that back from FEMA, so.
I think my only question on the bid is, that once the bid is accepted, they're supposed to start work within 60 days, but that's gonna put us into the winter. Is that something that we adhere to, or?
No, it's actually because of certain DC regulations on cutting trees that we have to wait until next year. But we'll make sure that's in the contract. So that was one of the things that we had to be careful of.
So the 60 days.
Yeah, we'll make sure that gets taken care of. Right, we are missing Matt. He should be here. Didn't realize there was a detour tonight. Shawanga Lodge at the beginning is closed off. We're not really sure when it's going to be put back. There's a pole down, and they're waiting to get things put together. So that's why Tommy's not here either. He's taking care of that. So next is budget modifications. Everybody get a chance to look at them? Any questions on them? I know they're quite a bit, so wasn't bad, right?
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Only one. That was the easy one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We had our workshop the other night. So we all are on the same page with the tentative budget. So we're gonna approve the 2026 preliminary budget tonight. Anything new happened from Thursday with you guys, or no? Okay. Next is set the 2026 budget public hearing. That's when the public will get a chance to come out and talk about anything that they see in the preliminary budget. That will be October 21st, 2025 at 6 p.m. That's a Tuesday night also. That'll be at our next meeting. Next is to award the gasoline and diesel engine fuel. We had a couple. This is the one we had to rebid because some of the wording was wrong. I'll let Tom, when he gets up here, to explain a little bit of it. But the two lowest bids that we're accepting is County Petroleum for gasoline and for diesel fuel, Marlboro. So they came in at the two lowest. Next is to ratify the letter of support for Terra. This is for them to get a support letter from the town because they're trying to get a grant through Petco. So Terra's been pretty important to us and the cats in the county to try and get this taken care of. We'd like to have them get all the grant money that they can get. All right, number 7, appoint J&G Law for tax cert proceeding. You want to explain that a little bit?
Can't.
Go. All right. That's because we're giving it to you. Yeah. All right. So
If Kara were here, she could.
yeah. All right. So J&G Law is going to handle a tax cert for us in the proceedings. Everybody got that to look at, right? No. All right. Next is to ratify additional blacktop for Fry Road Bridge for $7,500. We did that via email last week because they had to finish the blacktop at the beginning of the week, which was before our meeting. So it's all blacktop. We're just waiting for guardrails to open up that bridge, and hopefully it'll be by the end of next week, they're saying. So award rock salt bid to Appalachia for $95 a ton. In Tom's report, he'll explain this, why we had to go to that. But we're gonna award the bid to Appalachia for $95 a ton. Any questions on that, guys? Everybody got that in an email? All right, next, O&R solar program. Last month, we had a gentleman come in here, give us a 5% discount on our O&R bill, which is done by signing up to get some solar farms around here that we'd be a part of. It does save 5%. The town would probably save per month $425, and per year it would be like $5,100, the 5%. So we've talked about it as a board. I think any way we can save money, especially with the O&R bills going up, it's a good thing.
Well, you said we can get out of that whenever we need to, right?
Yes, it's not binding. So if it doesn't work out, we can just cancel it at any time.
It's also a program that anybody in the public that can sign up for. You can sign up for it.
It's
No, it's
supplied.
It's a supplier that gets their power from solar farms. So basically you're guaranteeing that they're gonna get used.
Yeah. The gentleman wanted to be here tonight, but he had a last minute prior engagement, so he's not going to be able to make it. But I think he gave me some paperwork to fill out, or some information on it. If anybody wants to get some, we'll make some copies and give them out at the end. Okay. Next is dog license fees. For years, we've kept the dog license fees the same. This year, was it the county? No. Huh? Right. But there was a reason for it too. They increased theirs by 10 cents. The fees for the county, right? All right. I misread that email. Oh, the state raised theirs 10 cents. Okay. All right. So one of the main reasons is for us to not have to 50 cents everybody. So our proposed rate's $8 for neutered animals and $16 for unneutered, which would be a 50-cent increase on both. So that's it on the workshop. Anybody have any questions?
You said 15 or 16?
16. It's $15.50 right now. We'd be raising it to $16. Yeah, somewhere I did read though that it went up somewhere. Somebody went up 10 cents.
Almost there.
Oh, maybe. But okay, can I if anybody on the board has any questions? No? All right, we're gonna start the regular meeting with Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. All right, we're gonna start out with public comment, 3 minutes each individual for anything that was on the work session. Anybody have any comments? It's up by the playground that goes into the woods. Yep. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Brittany, you have anybody online? Oh,
I do not.
all right. Go ahead, Chris. Sure. That was in the preliminary. We're approving the preliminary budget in the workshop. Well, we're gonna have a public hearing also. It's not out yet, so once we approve it, then it'll be online so everybody could see. No, if you have a question, you want to get it out, go ahead, Chris.
Andy,
Okay.
do you have any idea what the ambulance corps is seeking?
Yes. Which Peter does have a full report on that if you wanted to wait. It's only going up 2%.
I'd like to see that it's not, I'd like to say that 200,000. I can substantiate my argument with a whole bunch of reasons why.
Okay.
So what is the proposed budget now? Is it
198,
198,446.
98.4.
And that's to make sure that they stay under the 2% cap.
that doable? I mean, it's only $2,000 more. And my point is, I'm supporting the ambulance corps. I have
Right.
misleading, but I didn't know if I bring that tonight for reasons why. Because there's things there that they can do, that the town can't do. So they can do things in the ambulance corps to help maintain the ambulance corps. Through their budget. That yes and no, that it comes from the taxpayer.
Well, go ahead.
I have a full financial report that I'll share with you, with
I
everybody.
trust you. I just know that.
Yeah.
there are no-
Well, it's good to, hear your comments. And like I said, we're not voting on the budget until November 20th. So we have time to move things around. If we think that that's worth looking into, then we will.
Presume we all know that the how many part-time EMS people that work there for $19 an hour. I don't know how many people work there. Because I spoke to a couple of the ladies there some time ago. One works 2 jobs, another works 3 jobs. So I said to both of them, they were right next to me. I said, suppose somebody else down the road offered them $20 or 21. They both simultaneously almost said they'd be gone. And I understand today, this time of life, everything's about money. And that's part of my argument, why we should keep people and entertain the veterans that, Peter could says that better than me. I'm sure there's some that they do say, well, I don't know, but anyway, in general, there's, I think, a fair amount of things reason to keep them there. Small amounts that I'm seeing Peter with their shirt on. So all of the EM workers could get their names and everybody a look-alike from the ambulance corps. Close everything that's paid for by the ambulance. So they all look alike. And also there would be a cleaning service for that. Doesn't sound like a lot, but so we're getting up closer to that $200,000 a little bit here and there. Shoes, we give the highway department extra, is that still in there? However, every year and a half, 2 years, I'm not sure. I'd like to get a whole bunch of small things for the ambulance corps. Locally, another thing would be to have some kind of, maybe a gas rationing card.
Well, Chris, we don't tell them how to run it. So we just give them money and actually they're their own tax base. So they have a board that decides on who buys what. So we don't have any say in that. Okay. Yeah.
You want me to shut up?
No. Like I said, I didn't know that they don't get, like, I've seen them all have shirts. So I think they all have their own shirts and.
They shouldn't have to do that.
Do they?
Jack has to get everything paid for out of their budget, and that's,
Right.
there's a whole lot of things small things that I consider when they add up, they do amount to quite a.
Right.
As I was saying, some kind of a little budget in the village, in the area for the gas station, they get $10 something a month, each vehicle, person, whatever that works there, gets that to keep them. The IGA market, which is expensive, another one. Try to give them some kind of incentive maybe to shop, do something locally as part of.
All right, Chris, I'm pretty sure it's 3 minutes, but yeah, 3 minutes. All right. But we can talk about this more at the public hearing. Okay, anybody else
You're
on public hearing? You got me all confused. Any public comments on anything on the work session? No? All right, Tom, you're up.
Hello. I had a thing to say about the Fred Road Bridge, but I think you just said that, just right. So that's what's going on with Fred Road. The Fred Road on next 2 weeks, and we open. It's open to emergency services, but closed to pedestrian traffic. That's a bit of a nightmare because every 2 hours they need barricades and just using the same line way. So I'm in the talks with the Barry Paget and the Sullivan Construction to see if we can do something else other than that, maybe open for one and somehow open the barricade. But I didn't hear back from you.
I did. I heard back from Larry today, and he does recommend it because it's still considered a hazard if they drive through the cones. So he recommends that we keep it closed until, and if they move it, but we should keep the pillars there because the guardrails aren't done and it. Yeah, but if at least we put it there, at least we're taking care of it, and then we're not liable for somebody crashing if somebody moves it. You know. Well, we want to try and keep it over for emergency vehicles because they have such a long drive around. So if we put Jersey barriers there, they're not going to be able to move them. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. We chip sealed all the roads that we cold paved 2 weeks ago, and we're gonna sweep them up tomorrow, and we'll be all done with this year's, cold paving. I've got one more road I want to hot pave, and hopefully on allows. And, today, earlier this season, we had deleted a rod and pretty much obsolete metal pipe from Nanko to Wolf Pond Road. Today, we added a catch basin and about 120 feet of new, plastic pipe down through that intersection. So that's done, and that entire intersection will be paved for the comes here in the next couple of weeks. And that was done because Anthony was doing building on the 284 for next year from Pine Hill down to Wolf Pond. So with that in mind, I just wanna. Technically, we should probably look into doing the bridge. So, we're in budget season, I don't know, I got going through document going through. But just something to keep on, my ideas, either come in. Power that, we're not gonna pay the bridge, so, but or we won't pay over the bridge, and that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions about?
So actually, check your mic. I'm getting some from Brittany saying that nobody can hear you or Chris. Is it on?
I can hear myself.
Is it? Is it green? Okay. Not right.
So,
Okay.
Be a question about it, you'd have to go to that election, $95 a ton, because everyone wants to bid. Because we were too late to get on the state's bid. That's something we normally have to start in April, but since we do our own bid, we don't do that. So that might be something else to look at next year, is we want to just use the state's bid and not do our own. That's an earlier in the year conversation.
And it's costing us about $15 a ton.
$50 more, yeah. If we were on the state bid with Cargill, who got the state bid, the 80, and we're down to 60. And I don't know why we do our own bids for salt. I don't know how that came to be. It works, but in this case, we kind of
Well, the good thing is that Tom stockpiled last spring and we're full. So hopefully winter's not too bad and we can start off the year pretty good, so.
Yeah. March, the fourth, right off or something. So we were ready to go for another crazy, month and then it was over, so.
Perhaps we'll remain in the drought until next spring. Maybe it'll stay dry till next spring.
Maybe.
No snow.
Sounds good to me. That's it. So we're all good with the bids and.
Yep.
Back at him, you guys.
All right, thanks, Tom. Next is supervisory report. Like to have everybody keep John Lacy and his family in their prayers. John lost his wife Sunday night. John's been a big person in the town for the last 6-7 years. He's been a big person in the American Legion. So let's keep him and his family in our prayers. Mary Lou is a great person. So if anybody ever got to know her, you know, she was a great person. So prayers go out to John and his family. Thanks. We do have our annual Halloween party coming up on October 17th, which is not this Friday, next Friday. It's a big event for us. I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but we are a crazy 2 hours for, you know, at least the councilman and myself are trying to park cars. So, but it's a great thing for the kids. We put on a great Halloween show, haunted house thing for the kids, hay rides. We do a pumpkin patch that Lori is in charge of with his scarecrow outfit on. And so anybody that comes out will have a great time. My advice, get there early, because by 6:30, 7 o'clock, we're turning people away because we don't have any more parking. So 6 o'clock. We also have a burn ban still in effect. Governor Hochul put up for 2 weeks a burn ban. It goes until October 15th. We put signs out just to let everybody know. But if you do see some open burning, you know, just let 911 know. You know, it's very dry in the woods. So we've been all over these mountains in the last couple of years, and we don't want to do it again. So also, I have for the board, this year, Verdana is going to the Sullivan County dinner again for Historical Society. Her tickets are $60 a piece. So if the board would, during the resolutions, will approve for $120 to make sure she's taken care of for the dinner. And also, we still have Wicked tickets available. So anybody that's willing to go see Wicked, that's up in Schenectady this year. We had put it out there for everybody, but they had to bring a youngster with them. But we've exhausted that. So now it's to anybody that wants to go. So you only allowed 4 tickets at a time, but she still has a bunch of tickets left. So if anybody's interested in going, come and see the Parks and Rec, and they'll get you taken care of. $150 for 2. Yeah. And that's all I have on that. So next is the 2025 abstract number 19 for $200,041.93. Can I get a motion to accept that? If everybody's got a chance to look at it.
Motion to accept abstract number, whatever one.
19.
19.
19.
Second.
All right, motion by Peter, second by John Roofer. All in favor?
Aye.
Our next is the financial reports. Anybody get a chance? Take a look at them. Can I get a motion to accept? Motion by Gary,
Second.
second by Peter. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, approval of the minutes from September 16th, 2025.
Motion.
Motion by Matt. Second by Gary. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, award the bid for the park walking bridge and gravel bar to Sullivan County Paving and Construction in the amount of $405,150.
Motion to accept the bid.
Motion by Peter,
Second.
second by John Roofer. All in favor? Okay, approve the budget modifications. Motion by Gary, second by Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve the 2026 preliminary budget.
Motion to approve 2026 preliminary budget.
All right, motion by Peter,
Second.
second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Award the bids for gasoline and diesel fuel engine.
Skip one.
I didn't. I'll go back. Motion by Tyler to accept the gasoline and diesel bid. Second by Gary. All in favor?
Aye.
Set a public hearing for 2026 budget for October 21st, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Motion to set public hearing for 2026 budget on 10/21/25 at 6 p.m.
Motion by John Roofer, second by Peter. All in favor? Okay, ratify, approve the letter of support for Tara.
Motion.
Motion by Matt. Second by Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve appointment of J&G Law for tax cert proceedings that we're gonna have. Motion by Gary.
Second.
Second by Peter. All in favor?
Aye.
Ratify approval of the add-on of blacktop for Fry Road Bridge for $7,500. Motion by Tyler,
Second.
second by John Woofer. All in favor? Now, just piggyback that, guys, we did get a call today. I guess the guardrails are a little different now. So we might be getting something to approve for guardrails too on that. I think Larry only said it was $1,200, but you know, once we get that straightened out, we'll email everybody so they can get it done. Next, award the bid for rock salt to Appalachia for $95 a ton. Motion by Tyler, second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve application to apply for the ONR solar program. Motion by Gary,
Second.
second by Peter. All in favor?
Aye.
Ben, did you get a chance to make sure that before we sign up for everything, it's good? I'll send that to you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Approve new dog fees for dog licenses. Motion by Tyler,
Second.
second by Peter. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Approved $120 for Verdana to go to her Sullivan County dinner. Motion by Gary. Second by Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I know you already paid for it, but just bring it in. We'll make sure that you get reimbursed. All right. Committee reports. Anybody have any committee reports? Go ahead, Peter.
I have a report from our sole assessor. Monthly report from July through September 2025. In that period of time, assessor received, processed 130 deeds. 121 of those were in the town, 4 in the village of Bloomingburg, and 5 in the village of Wardsboro. She processed 47 address changes. Number of permits processed for valuation, non-valuation was 16, and they were all in the town. And for exemptions, you had agent exemption, 2 agent renewals, 2 forestry permits, and 2 veterans disability. have three potential reassessments for possible stipulations instead of going to grievance. Respectfully, Michelle Lang Marcino.
You want to do that?
I will be glad to. In response to questions that I've had regarding the monies that the town, the ambulance corps gets from the town as vice president of the squad, I'm happy to give you a report. To answer some of the questions that were brought up, ambulance corps went and created a tax district. Everybody here gets assessed. When we first came in, it was at about 27 cents per $1,000 of value. 27 cents per thousand. Yeah, that's right. So a $100,000 home would be assessed a $27 fee for the year for ambulance service. We currently have on staff approximately 12 paid people. One of them is a paid, basically our administrator, the supervisor that watches over the paid staff and handles it day to day. There's in total, right at this point, only about 5 active volunteers. 3 of us, the senior members, run the day-to-day operations, handle the bookwork, billing, processing, all of that. And like I said, that's a volunteer position. On average, our pay starts at about $19 for a new EMT. And then after a 6 months probationary period, we review that. Most of them right now are making about $21 an hour. Paid supervisor is making a bit more, about $25 an hour. Has a lot more responsibilities. What we don't offer right now are benefits, which is something that we struggle to look at. We continue to look at it and what the feasibility is. Benefits just being very expensive to do. Most of the other people who are working on the paid staff are there part-time. Chris was right that EMS has become a profession where most of our employees have 2 or 3 jobs. They work for all different agencies. The concern is that we're paying a commensurate fee to really what's going on. We're competitive, and I think the fear is offering more money to attract more people. We're not looking to increase the staff. So if we just started to pay them more, I think it becomes a race to the top, where, as Chris said, there is not an awful lot of loyalty in where people go. If somebody has a higher salary, it becomes enticing for them to go. However, the staff that we have, lots and lots of compliments. They're very dedicated. Our employees, they stayed with us. We have a great facility. We've got a building that we keep up very well. They're comfortable in there. The overnight staff, we basically couches and things that they sleep on, TV, game console, a full kitchen for them. And overall, I think we attract a lot of people because there's a good work environment for them to be there. We don't have a lot of people who are leaving strictly out of salary. So I don't believe that we really have the incentive to keep going further. They do get shirts from the squad. They get a basically sweatshirt. We provide jackets that they can use, but they don't keep. Which is what most squads do. They supply their pants and their shoes, but like I said, we supply the uniform shirt. And like I said, they're there. They're very comfortable, and they've done a fantastic job for the community. Mamakating Ambulance Corps is the busiest, the most active squad in the county. Last year, we did about 1,800 calls, and we're on track to do about 2,000 this year. We've got two ambulances that are on the road constantly. Anybody in town will verify that. The sirens are going all the time. We provide a lot of mutual aid for our neighboring communities, which is an agreement that we have through the county, so that whether it be Rock Hill, previously we were doing an awful lot for Pine Bush until they got their administration and their program put back together. We're not going there anywhere near what we used to. So that if another agency is out on a call or can't provide a crew, what the county does is looks for the next closest ambulance agency or one that they know is going to respond quickly. And Mamakating, being that we have a squad, we have a crew on 24 hours a day, we get leaned upon pretty heavily. There's a couple squads in the county that provide that service. We've got a pretty good reputation, and these guys do an awful lot of work. So we're very grateful for the money that we get. Essentially, what has helped us do is previously there's an awful lot of money that we lose through Medicare and Medicaid payments where we're not reimbursed anywhere near the level that private insurance pays or other reimbursement. We work through a billing company, so if we go to your house, you're going to get a bill, but it goes to the insurance company, and we do our best to try not to hunt down the seniors in town who can't pay for it. We're quick to when somebody's in trouble and they reach out and they say they can't pay the bill, we work with them and make sure that we're not taking food from their mouth. What's that?
No mercy.
We have there's a lot of laws that you got to follow about how you bill. But the money that we get from the town has covered a lot of those losses. Hopefully this year, January 1st, there are insurance companies who, when the bill is submitted, sometimes does not pay the ambulance corps or our billing company, but instead sends the reimbursement check to the customer to pay for the service. And a lot of customers look at that as a really nice bonus. They get a free ride to the hospital and they get a really big check to go out and do whatever they want with. We can go down and try to entice them to give the money back, but we've lost many, many thousands of dollars through checks that have not been reimbursed. So it's a struggle. Our equipment, we have some of the best equipment. We stay up with the latest, pretty close to the latest things. Medical equipment is very, very expensive. And our ambulances get used heavily. As I read through some of this, just understand that when we get to the end of it, right now we're on track probably to replace an ambulance about every 4 years. And they're in the shop a lot because they get so much mileage. They're heavy vehicles and they take a lot of wear and tear. So we're actually getting ready to start looking to replace an ambulance. We've been going with the transit vans. It's a smaller rig. The big box rigs are substantially more expensive. We anticipate starting at about $160,000 to replace one of our current ambulances. If we were to go with the bigger boxes, you're going to start about $270,000, $280,000, and the wait time on them is also a couple of years to get it. We found that the transits work really well, especially for all the small roads that we have. And most of our crews are just two-man crews. And then a lot of times a medic will join us, but they give us the service and handle what we need to do. So we're trying to stay with things. Gas price, the fuel economy on them is much, much better. I think we're getting, I'm going to say 10, 12 miles to the gallon on the van, where we were getting about 4 or 5 miles to the gallon on box. So overall, economically, it pays us to stay with the smaller ambulances, and it's much cheaper to get them, and we get them quicker. If you look around, that's what most of the squads have gone with. So hopefully that kind of tells you a little bit about what the squad has been doing. I'll let you know real quickly. The town this year is giving us 100. Last year was 192,000 or 94, 194. We should be getting 198 this year. And the way our income has been, we have had break it down at say easiest way to look at it is if I go through the expenses, it costs us about almost $75,000 to keep the ambulances on the road in maintenance and fuel. Our building expenses are about $7,500. Paid EMTs that we keep on staff. And these figures are January through August. The paid EMTs cost us $302,000 for that period of time. We go through payroll expenses, insurance, our billing companies, all that. We're about $85,000. And for total expenses of about $478,000 so far. Our gross income up to this point has been $625,000, and it's left us with a net profit, $147,929 up to this point in August. And as I said, that money is nice to have in the bank. It's good to be able to have that profit. However, when we go out and buy that next ambulance, pretty much all that will be gone. But our needs are met. We're pretty frugal on what we do, but we do try to make sure that we have the equipment that we need and that we're not chasing people. So
You also got 3 or 4 months left, right? After that,
Right.
too. So you got some months coming up here, too.
yeah. On behalf of the squad, I thank the town for continuing to support us. Anybody ever has any questions, you can always reach me, and I hope that was informative.
Thank you, Peter.
Well, thank you, and thank you for your past support.
Thanks, Peter. Anybody else have any reports? No? Oh, go ahead, Verdana. Just speak a little loud because they're saying that that's not working very well.
This is really a thank you. 3 years ago, this town gave me money and I went down to Virginia, to Williamsburg, because they were having a convention on the beginnings of the Revolutionary War for the 250 years after the celebration. These folks are my work. I've been working for 3 years on these. They're all pension applications from Revolutionary War soldiers within the town of Mammoth, precinct of Mammoth, okay? So they tell exactly their stories and what they went through and everything else. These have not been compiled before. The DAR doesn't have it all. So what I am proposing, and it's going to go through, I have asked for a grant on this county level, and they are helping me to fill out the papers, that these will be compiled into a book that will be given to libraries, town buildings, and different, nothing towards me, all just for the community. So thank you once again. You made this possible.
Thank you, Verdana. And the town would like to thank you for all the hard work you've done, because I know you've spent numerous hours at different libraries and all your research. So thank you. Anybody else have anything?
Just a comment, Ward 4 meeting next Thursday on the 16th. Everybody knows what a great time it is, so I hope they all turn out.
And I'm not sure, but when we were doing the stuff for the budget, just to give everybody a heads up that, Mammoth Kidding stayed under the 2% tax or cap. We've done it. This board's done it every year we've been together. Like I said, it's a huge accomplishment considering you listen to all these other towns going over their tax cap and, huge amounts. And even our own county is going to 12% over the budget. So, like I said, I'm pretty proud of this board for making sure that we stay under the 2% cap, and hopefully in the future, we still do the same thing. So, thanks everybody for all the hard work you've done. Anybody else have any?
Thanks to our.
I got an announcement, Mike.
Go ahead.
Announcement. I'm gonna put a little teaser out there. I'm not gonna go into it. Pete took my time away. the park and ride down here. It's one of the first things you see when you get off the exit, eastbound, westbound, whatever. It's in disrepair. I've been working on trying to get permission at least to apply for a grant because we don't own it. The state owns it. The supervisor and I have met with the supervisor for DOT in the region. And he gave us written permission to do several things to beautify it or to bring it up to date. A new bus shelter, maybe some LED lights, replace the light pole that was knocked down like 20-some years ago and cover it with a barrel. We tried to remove the barrel to see what was underneath there, but something might be living inside there, so we left it. So if anybody has any suggestions, what we could do, I'd also like to get a nice sign put in there. But anyway, now we're going to try to get a grant now that we have written permission from the state. It took a lot to get it, but we got it. And that's an announcement and a warning. We'll be forming a committee soon. I've already kind of pre-selected a couple people. Tyler, Matt. And I want to reaffirm, so that's that for that. I'll get more into detail in the future. I want to reaffirm a burn ban. There's a burn ban. It is really dry out there. So I see people burning. It's not really announced very well, but there's a burn ban, I think, till the 14th, a week from tonight,
15.
15th. It's going to rain tonight, they say.
4 drops.
4 drops. And that's it. Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks, Jim. All right, if we don't have any more announcements, we're going to go to public comment, 3 minutes each individual for any new business. Anybody have anything new? Oh, go ahead. Hi.
I'm actually coming to these meetings.
Okay.
I should make it a little more often, but so I'm here because of the rules that they have for the backyards and for the homes. Is this the right place to talk about?
Yep, go ahead.
So I got a letter, violation letter, because I have 2 plows, 2 pickups with plows that are not registered. I only use them for my home. But Mary Grass was very sure and you know, she just wanted me to take them out. I don't see why I should be taking these 2 pickups out. For some reason, she must have a great Google map because she said she was able to see 6 unlicensed vehicles in my backyard. You cannot see these vehicles from the street whatsoever. Now, I do have a lot of cars on my driveway. I like cars, it's my hobby, but they are all licensed. Every single vehicle is licensed. For some reason, I'm on Shawangalach Road. So for some reason, she's saying that I have to remove my 2 pickups that I use for plowing in my driveway, just my house. So I don't need I don't need to register that vehicle to actually plow my home. I only use that vehicle in the winter. I never use it in the summer. There's no plowing in the summer. I cannot remove the plows because it's a possibility that if I remove those plows, the pickup is going to come apart. I don't know. They old pickups might break away. So I'm asking, these rules have been around since 2014. Is there any way that we could update these rules? I mean, I don't want to.
I know the rule says 1 unregistered vehicle at a residence. I know that's the rule. I'm pretty sure.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. I'm a federal agent. And I know that. Nobody.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you're out of work probably right now, right? Yeah.
this is the problem. I usually switch cars. So I have a car, a Ford Explorer that I use as a secondary vehicle when I do surveillance. And again, this is not anything that anyone needs to know here, but I'm saying it out there. I'm putting it out there. I have 2 plows and 1 Ford Explorer. I could definitely get rid of the Ford Explorer and bring it to my job and just park it in the lot. But I have it at home. They broke into it. They broke a glass and they stole several parts from inside the truck. So it is parked in my property. So she saw 3 vehicles. And again, I don't know how she saw these vehicles. Maybe next door because they were doing some work in a house. They were doing like some type of farm. So maybe that's the way she saw it.
Okay.
When I spoke to her, she said she saw it through Google Maps. Unless she has a better software than we do, there's no way that she was able to see 6 vehicles with 6 unregistered vehicle in my backyard. There's no way. So again, the other thing is, just driving down Shawanga Lodge Road, you see people selling cars on the road. There's other vehicles with no plates. Why am I being targeted? And that's something I asked her. She couldn't answer that question. And because this is the board,
Mhm.
I'm throwing it out there.
Okay, we can look into it.
I don't want to disrespect anyone.
No,
I'm not
no.
here for that.
Okay,
But fair is fair. And that's it. I mean,
Okay.
that's really it.
okay,
Am I upset? Yes, I am slightly upset.
okay.
Because, I go to work, come home to my happy place, and I have to deal with this.
Okay,
Which is very unfair,
all right, we'll check into it.
But that was it. So thank you for listening. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Chris? Oh, careful.
We stumbled.
Couple weeks ago, the Mamakating Lions Club had a great health fair here.
Yes.
I was here and it was just quite a lot of stuff there that, the short time that I was there, that I think that was really well done, well crafted. And was that the first time they ever did anything like that?
No.
Oh. 'Cause I even had one of the EMSs with that fancy $30,000 box, take all of the vitals, and we got talking and all that stuff. So I just thought I'd mention because sometimes we look, sometimes myself included, look for the negative and try not to elaborate a little bit on the positive. Maybe the next time, without going into a whole lot of detail now, we could mention these things about these fly cars that are out and about. That could be maybe another time for discussion, but I just thought I'd, for now, mention it. But
Okay.
the Lions Club with their health fair thing, that was really a good thing. Thank you for having that. Does anybody here that's part of that represents?
Yes, thanks for reminding us, Chris, because we talked about it. It was a great thing. Peter was here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Lions Club, yeah.
Lions Club. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Christina. This is actually my first meeting that I'm attending. I'm actually here for my government class. I go to school in Monticello.
Okay.
And, observing and everything, hearing what other people have to say, their concerns, I felt like I had a concern that I wanted to address.
Okay.
And I've lived in Sullivan County for about 7 years now. And I'm still a student at Monticello. I went to Emma Chase. I went to the middle school in Monticello. And growing up, I used to take the bus. And where I used to take the bus, especially during the winter, I saw that it would be really dark in the morning. I think we all know that in the mornings, maybe like 5, 6 in the morning, it can be extremely dark out. And as a kid, I used to feel afraid waiting outside, especially in the dark, like waiting. And I don't know, I was always afraid of the dark as a little kid. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. I know there's still a bunch of kids out there who are afraid of the dark and had the same fears that I did. And maybe they were afraid to just wait out there or felt like they needed someone to accompany them. And what I want to say is I feel like maybe we should add more like post lights or maybe even little benches at those bus stops for the children or even just students who, take the bus regularly so that they don't have to feel that fear that I did as a child growing up at the bus stops just trying to wait for the bus in the morning. And it was just a small concern that I had. And, maybe we can figure something out with the budget. And I feel like it could really make an improvement in our community and especially with the youth.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you for letting me
Thank you.
speak. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Anybody else want to get up and talk? No? Anybody online, Brittany?
I don't have anybody.
Okay. We don't have an executive session, but I thank everybody who came up and spoke today. We're gonna be looking into a few things to look at and keep coming to our meeting, so we'll keep you informed and or we'll call you or whatever. All right. Thanks everybody for coming. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion by Matt. Second by Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
It's nice having
Yeah.
a student.
Right behind you.
Oh, for all the students that are here, contact Karen. She'll sign your sheet.